Welcome back to Across Louisiana. Well, you know, it's one of the jewels on the bluff. It's the Southern University Law Center, and there's always lots going on there. Here to tell us a little bit more about that is John K. Pierre. Welcome to the show, John.
Thank you, Niels. I appreciate it.
Obviously, a key educational institution here in the greater Baton Rouge area with a great history and tradition, but tell us some of the things that are going to be new at the center.
Well, we're doing some wonderful things this year, and one of the things that we're doing is at the end of October, beginning October 29th through 31st, we're doing a sort of a combined symposium that involves diversity in partnership with Keene Miller Law Firm, and also, which is going to be on the 30th, which is Thursday. And then on Friday, the 31st, we're in partnership with the National Bar Association to host one of the Wiley A. Brantman series symposiums that focuses on education as a constitutional and civil right. And really, on the 29th, which is Wednesday, we are honored to have the president-elect of the American Bar Association, Paulette Brown, that will kick off the event with an evening conversation with students and communities. She'll be making a speech on the 29th. And so we have just a wonderful set of activities for the communities and for students at Southern University and the Southern University Law Center to engage in.
Obviously some heavy hitters coming in. I know folks are going to definitely want to check that out. And you know, you touched on it briefly earlier. I mean, you touched on diversity and education, and really that's what the Southern University Law Center is all about, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're one of the most diverse law schools in the country, and we take great pride in the diverse professionals that we graduate from our law center.
Absolutely. Well, I know you mentioned the symposium briefly. Give me a little more information on that. What are some of the topics that's going to be covered, or if folks want to check it out, what's some of the things they can expect there?
Well, with respect to the diversity symposium, we're going to talk a lot about diversity in education, diversity in business, diversity as a benefit to the society and the community. And so we're going to have a number of great speakers with the assistance of Keene Miller that are going to come and talk to our students. We're going to have an honor given to Miss Angela Chicola, one of the leading attorneys in the country, on the Thursday. On Friday, we're going to have the benefit of making an award to Dr. Norman Francis, the president of Xavier University. He's going to receive a Wiley A. Brantman Award, and some of the topics that are going to be covered will include the legacy of Brown. We're also going to talk about modern issues that affect quality to access in education. And we're going to have the Louisiana State Superintendent John White there, the East Baton Rouge School Superintendent Dr. Bernard Taylor, and the Louisiana Federation of Teachers leader Steve Monahan as president. And with respect to the Thursday night event, we're also going to have the U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Louisiana, Stephanie Finley, give a keynote address. So we're going to have lots of great speakers to talk about various issues that affect what we do in society today.
So, I mean, that's really a who's who of both education and legal education here in the state, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I know that there's always exciting things going on at the Law Center. It's a time of growth and things of that nature, rising in the ranks and stuff. Tell me a little bit more about where the school stands today.
Well, right now we are considered one of the top 172 law schools, among the top 172 law schools that seek legal education. We're one of the top schools in the country, a top school for minorities who seek legal education. We have the most diverse faculty in the country in terms of racial and ethnic background. So we're doing some wonderful things that are helping us succeed in what we do, and that we continue to do as we enter into going to our 70th year very soon. In just a couple of years, we'll be 70 years old.
I know people are going to want to find out more about it. Tell the folks where they can go to find out more about these great events or about the center.
Well, with respect to that, they can check our website, www.sulc.edu. And for those individuals that are interested in the Keene Miller sponsored diversity event, they can go to rsvp@keenemiller.com.
Fantastic. John Pierre, thanks for coming on and telling us all about it. Look forward to it.
All right. Thank you very much.
Well, they're the first name in physical therapy here in the greater Baton Rouge area. It's Peak Performance Physical Therapy. Take a look, everyone.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we're now starting our 15th year here in the Baton Rouge area. Of course, we're in Baton Rouge, Denham Springs, Brewley, and in Dutchtown, Geismar area as well. Started off as a single clinic back in 1999. We were over on Industrialplex Boulevard where our main office still is located. And then we've grown slowly to kind of meet the needs of our patients and the physicians in the area. We treat a lot of athletes. We treat athletes from high schools to college to professional, but a lot of the athletes we treat are everyday weekend warriors, what we call. And recreation and sports as a recreational activity has exploded in the past few years, and in the time that we've been treating patients, a lot more people are now becoming more active and participating more in sports. So at Peak Performance, we're able to treat not only athletes that are in structured competition, but we treat a lot of people who just get out on the weekends and do a lot of things that just to have fun and to try to stay in shape. Physical therapists are known for putting their hands on people. It starts with our evaluation. It moves into our treatment strategies. We do joint mobilizations, we do stretching, which is kind of the therapeutic part of massage. We do A-stem, which is a soft tissue mobilization tools. We also do things like dry needling, which all of this involves hands-on contact between the therapist and the patient. One of the next aspects of our philosophy is the exercise and education portion of the treatment. And you know, a lot of places will give you an exercise sheet, or you can look online and you can get exercises to do. But if you really don't have a good understanding of exactly what you're trying to do and maybe why you're doing it, then it's kind of hard to follow up on those exercises and to really get the best results. Our therapists work very, very closely with specifically instructing on certain exercises, and education is a part of that. We want the patients to understand why we're doing certain exercises. We want them to understand what we're trying to get out of it and what the ultimate goal is and how we progress them. It helps a lot with our home programs. You know, a lot of therapy is compliance with home exercise. And you know, we found that if people really understand what they're doing and they're a little more actively involved in their treatment process, then the results end up being much better. One of the programs we use at Peak for our post-rehab exercise is called our exercise program, which really just refers to kind of like a prescription exercise program. And what we basically are able to do is transition patients out of a rehab setting and into an independent exercise setting with some supervision and with the knowledge of how they can progress their program and prevent their injuries from happening again, along with preventing, you know, other problems that are associated with some of the higher end programs. All of the exercise programs out there have benefits, but some of the CrossFit style programs, for a lot of people, they're a little bit high level and they can cause some injuries. So what we try to do is give people the right foundation so that they can continue their exercise program at whatever level they choose to. If you go to a physician and physical therapy is part of your treatment plan, it's kind of like a prescription that you would fill at a pharmacy. You basically have a choice as to what pharmacy you want to go to fill your prescription. Physical therapy is the same way, and a lot of people, if they know somebody, if they've been to a therapy practice before and they're comfortable with it, they are able to ask the physician to, you know, to send them to that particular practice. At Peak, we want people to know who we are and we want them to know where we are, and a lot of our business is actually repeat patients who have seen us at some time in the past and they elect to ask the physician to come back to Peak Performance again. One of the concerns that a lot of our patients have is, how do I get to therapy? I have to come 2 or 3 days a week. Really hard to fit into a busy schedule. So what we've developed over the years at Peak is basically our extended hours, where most clinics open by 7 o'clock. We're usually treating until 6 o'clock or after a lot of times. Our locations, or we try to spread the locations out to make it as convenient as possible, whether you're coming from home or whether you're coming from work. We try to work in any way that we can around a person's schedule so that they're able to, you know, be as compliant with the treatment program as possible. For more information on Peak Performance Physical Therapy, you can call any one of the clinic locations. They'll be glad to give you any information that you need. You can also check us out on the web at peakphysicaltherapy.com or check out our Facebook page.
When we come back on Across Louisiana, get the scoop on the Walk to Cure Diabetes. Don't miss it.